Hello and welcome, beloved poets. Welcome all to Open Minds Open Mic, the place to be on a Friday night. And tonight we have quite the delight in store for you. Of course, we have our open mic shenanigans, all about the love, no hate speech, as if we have to address that still in 2024, but I'll be damned. Also, we got an incredible feature lined up in the form of Mark Lipman. And if you're not in with what Mark is doing by now, check him out on Instagram, check him out on Facebook, and also check into the group chat because there'll be links being posted as we go along throughout the night, and it's going to be a happening evening. With that said, let's get things underway. On deck, we got Principe, but stepping to the plate, leading things off. Please give it up for Amadeus. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dre. And a beautiful morning to all of you from the Philippines. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Today, I will only be performing one piece. And before I begin, I would like to inform everyone that this is a cento poem. And for those who don't know what a cento poetry is, it is a form of poetry that is created by assembling lines or passages from existing works of literature, poetry, or other texts. Uh, Another trivia, cento means patchwork. So reflecting the method of stitching together fragments to create something new. So with that said, before I begin, credits to the following: Mark Fishbein of Poetry Global Network and Nadia, a rising star poet. The title is called The Age of Confessions. It is the age of confessions. I am a poet on a mission, and still here fulfilling a lifelong vision. As I welcome the new year with such decisions, prayers are answered for diversifications. I am gradually seeing the beauty of its manifestations. It is the age of confessions, a war to end all wars to redefining genocide, a war for the harmony of artistry and technology, a war for unity and peace for the betterment of all. It is the age of confessions. It is time to break free from the shades of every false divinations. Seeds who are captivated by such power, they are like deprived of sunlight, it struggles to rise, reaching for warmth under shadowed skies. It is the age of confessions. Come with me and together we'll battle your fears. It is the age of confessions. It is time to move to a new soil. A delicate rosebud, you will be cared for and you will bloom, where you will be nurtured through toil. It is the age of confessions. As I welcome the new year with such decisions, I will continue to confess, for my words have power. I will continue to write to lift up those who are lower. May it become a divine love that flows in its many forms, healing all wounds of life's harsh storms. End of peace.
All right, my dude. Everybody, please unmute and give it up for Amadeus at this time. All right, my dude. We appreciate what you had to share tonight and looking forward for more in the future. So, with that said, again, thank you, Amadeus, for sharing and tuning in. With that said, we're going to keep this shindig rolling. On deck, we got Ragged the Poet, but stepping up to the plate now in the two slot to give it up for Principe. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Um, First poem is kind of a rough draft right now. Looking into looking into an enchanter's eyes, it's a mystic feeling. She brings me to my knees, and I implore her, please, can I have a sip? I know this isn't free, so tell this quiet guy how to play. Can I fall into your web portal. I would like to be spin in your spider web because I'm your fly. Let me be trapped by your feminine sorcery. I want to feel your organic orgasms still on me. Never mind, I want us to come simultaneously. Simon says, let you be my pomegranate because your love gives me everlasting life. The second one is called doable dreams. Your dreams are doable. Just believe. Whatever it is, traveling past the boundaries of your universe, or like me, a successful writer, obstacles will be there in your obstacle course, in your reaching for the, in your reaching for mountaintops. They will hit like fists, regardless. Let your will you to the finish line. You got an Achilles heel. Persistence, persistence, persistence. Don't piss away your momentum of persistence. Don't let others get to your subconscious either. Thus, these Confucius of lessons are gilded. Your dreams are doable, so chase them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, man. Everybody, please unmute and give it up for Principe at this time.
Woohoo! Yeah, Prince
Yeah.
King.
I'm looking forward to see what you do more with that first piece there. You said it was a draft, and I was like, oh, this is a little
Just a
different.
little
Yeah,
rough.
hey, I'm digging the direction you're going with it, and yeah, just workshop that, have fun with it, and we'll have fun with it with you, man. We appreciate you. Thank you again. Um, Hell yeah, it's been a good night so far. Just two poets so far, but we got a nice night ahead of us. With that said, everybody, on deck, we got Black Salt, WLF. But stepping to the plate, batting third, please give it up for Ragged the Poet. Unmute, take it away when you are ready.
All right, just found the mute button. Actually, it was, I can't find the finished part of this finished version of this piece, so I think I may have to change it up. But I'll start out with one called Psalm of One and You. I have one voice that I can raise. I raise it with you now. I have one insight I can share. I wipe your weary brow. I have 2 ears to hear your cries. You tell me why and how. I have 2 hands to till the ground. I place them on the plow. I have one back to bear the load so you won't have to bow. I have 2 feet to kick the gates when laws will not allow. I have one light that burns for you with all I can endow. I have 2 eyes to lock with yours and make a silent vow. I have one soul that breathes a sigh and searches for the Tao. I have one heart that broke in war and still is breaking now. That's the first piece. All right, I guess various versions of this piece exist, so I'm just going to read this one. This is called Waiting on the Night Train. The crows of woe stab the vein with piercing steel beaks, draining forlorn, trickling strains of hope in deserts swept by the rains of winter, caressed by the wheels of the night train, unholy witness in the arid void, careening through the kingdom of the lion and the wolf. A mighty grease and steel messenger dances to the rhythm of fuel and fire in churning fury, asking, always asking, how can love survive? Knuckles gripping tickets like pilgrims in a gale, with a quandary plaguing passengers perched on platforms where rails meet the sea and dreamers meet the ocean, awaiting an arrival like a ghost of locomotion, as the barkeep signals a stay of desolation, awaiting desperation, whiskey back neat, all alone at a bar at the end of the world. A respite from the storm outside is welcome, yet the storm inside doesn't easily subside. For redemption sought by Dram is a fool's errand, and our broken love will find a place to hide from distant gods whose anger is unfurled. We mortals often find ourselves unmoored, bound to loss and torn by discord on paths we can't control or comprehend. Maybe I will find the perfect thought as the amber liquid flows into the night and guides the mind through the philosopher's knot. The true cosmological tongue takes flight to convey your wayward beauty so that all may apprehend it like the dawn, while the stormy skies around us fury on, and the rowdy night train rumbles, barreling down broken tracks through broken lands, drenched by bleeding skies, asking, always asking, how does love survive? That's Waiting on the Night Train. Peace.
Thank you very much for that. Everybody, please unmute and give it up for Ragged the Poet.
Yeah, Ragged.
It was beautiful.
I love you, brother.
It was very beautiful. Oh,
Much appreciated.
We appreciate you. Not often do we see you around these parts, but when we do see you, you just know how to hit hard and hit well. Thank you. We appreciate you definitely.
I love the vibe you guys have.
And it takes all of us to create that vibe. You're definitely part of that vibe too, so we appreciate that. And with that said, we're gonna keep this shindig rolling. But before we do, I just want to give a quick shout outs to Escape Artist and whoever is the owner of the Samsung. I'm just going by the screen name. Um, if y'all want to be participating in open mic, please let me know at any point if you do decide to. We have a policy here: open minds, open list. The list never closes, so if you'd like to participate, just let us know. Definitely. So with that said, I'm gonna keep this shindig rolling. On deck, we got Frog Corpse, but stepping up to the plate now. Give it up for Black Salt WLF. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
All right. I got two pieces. The first piece is called Black Rotten, and the second piece is called Nickel and Dime Good Time. And the second piece is actually a song that I'm going to share with you that I wrote on my guitar. So I'll need to use the share screen feature for that, if that's okay. So that's coming up. We'll start out with this first piece, though, called Black Rotten. Here we go. Can you hear me okay? Okay, I see thumbs up, so let's get right into it. Black Rotten. Weird thing happened today. I asked myself, do I believe in God? You know what I think? I believe in the devil. Hell, I believe in the devil more than I believe in God. I believe in that voice that whispers in your ear, telling you to do the wrong thing. I believe in intranquil spirits that are pissed off, that would love nothing more than to ruin your day. And I believe in spiritual warfare and hidden dimensions housing all kinds of evil. I believe in life. There's only one thing certain. The beginning of a nightmare. Isn't it rotten? How the devil dangles the chains and we decide for ourselves to put them on. Isn't it rotten? How we extort ourselves for pennies. Isn't it rotten? How we're all cogs in an unholy machine grinding itself into a painful extinction. And when you finally get tired and look for the light, here comes some joker bringing the darkness with them till all you see is black once again. Isn't it rotten how we do it to ourselves? Black skies, black minds, black lies. There's no light here. The only light is shards of heaven in the form of what's left of spirituality left behind from old gods and saints long past. The only light is within. And that is Black Rotten. And if you will, I will share a song. Let's see here. Share to share sound. Okay, and as you get my headphones on so I can listen with you guys. Let's see here. And as you can see, that is me playing an original score on my guitar. Nickel and dime, good time, acoustic folk blues. Here we go. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you can hear it okay.
All right, on, dude. Everybody, please unmute. Give it up for Black Salt WLF at this
Yeah,
time.
Black
Whoop.
Soul. Hey, post your sound your band lab info too, man. Y'all gotta check out More him in the YouTube, like Black Salt be crushing it on that guitar. Man.
Black Salt, that was dope, dude.
Thank you. Thank you, Whisper. Thank
Yeah,
you,
keep
Ola.
doing what you're doing, man.
For the ones paying attention there, notice that he was not using a guitar pick. Yeah, that was just straight up fingertip
was thinking-
power.
I was wondering what
Right
it's
on.
on a sitar. Can you hear me?
Right? It
Yes,
almost
yes.
had that sitar vibe to it, man. The way he was playing it, man, almost had that very mystical vibe to it, man.
Can you hear
You
me?
been working magic on that thing, man.
Hey, that's why I'm here. Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. Yeah, no place I'd rather
Thank
be.
you.
Yeah, excited to hear what the rest of you guys got to say.
All right. With that said, we're gonna keep this shindig rolling. Oof! Wow. Can you feel a little heat all of a sudden? Because we're getting hot. We're getting really damn hot because on deck we got the Mark Lipman feature. So strap on to your seats. This is going to be a fun ride. But stepping up to the plate, getting us even warmed up for that, please give it up for Frog Corpse. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Old Father Frost. By the crunching of the cold, an eerie fog takes hold, shaking the tears from old dead Nicholas buried in Finnish robes. With one eye, a lone lantern sought luminous volumes of holy light under Narnian posts wrought with woe on your last sight by known bedside. O murderous longing, which pushes pin as the stabbing kiss by crystal snow, to end thyself as a dying sun igniting angels by Yuletide goat. Take this night and icy palms told by the ghosts of yore. Doom be written on the brow, but beware the boy at present the most. An elvish glow with Haddon's cola bowl, Hinka and Rockwell paint, for Columbia's growth and Marianne's soul, Nast first lied by hand with each face. With a slice by Jack's Arctic stinging jab, St. Jolly's peppermint bones turn to plum. In the bleak midwinter, returning holly to cinder, and 'tis the eve, stripped of wanting's robe. Oh, look, what's this? Nextly, Krampusnacht. The horned one stamps along the berm, descending from the Inselberg. The bell-strung crook with jingling hooves, toppled talus that the glaciers pushed. By alpine yew through the passes strewn, a marauding clop echoed on one frigid night, with black shell coal painting Bernina's photo, old scratch winks with a mulled mug of spice. The Hephaestian maker, the old mountain shaker, the basket weave slaver of Valais, turning bone into brine across the valley side when snatching screams from Rhone to Rhine. Old farm fields remain where the youth once went dancing under the eve of a tawny sky. Now their shrieks inflamed by the root and cane teach a lofty lesson on Krampusnacht. Finally got a couple more and then I'm fucking off. All right. When Krampus comes, this is a short one. In the frozen field of smoggy stacks, down Garland homes dressed flat to flat, I wait for Christmas and its time to pass. With its lurking ghost I race from grasp. They chime at 1, at 2, and at 3, clinging to chimney wrapped in wreaths. The fireplace bolsters as coal is flung. Season's greetings when Krampus comes. And then finally, Appalachian Yule. Pull this up. Actually, there's two. All right, hold on. Appalachian Yule, and then Yule Youth Death. It's the one I'm working on. All right, for this year. Appalachian Yule. Frigid air bores into the treetops. The precipice of solemn vow, waltzing by soft footsteps in the wild. The calming breeze approaches, inept in the ways of the forest. Yule composes the sonnet of earthen life, nestling by the heat of vast distance. Hawks and squirrels circle. A resting deer approaches, closing the gap within the distance. Lights now flicker, here and beyond. People move as the season. The humming heat of winter seat provides comfort within the home, in the space between a blink and a tear, catching the feelings that moat. With my repose, I hold my own within the hands of someone I once loved. Dual youth death. We pretend in dreams where fantasy secretes a season within a world where no magic is found, streamed in the tears from disenchantment. Snowfalls bearing lies, ringing bells in the absence of the kinder Christ, playing the roles more holier than thou to instill some hope they will shatter by next winter. What magic was conscripted when folk tales shared deceive? Lonely cores flood for packaged love, walking empty handed, or waking empty handed evermore, unraveling silence through a window, a gaze so perilous to pierce the heart that the racking sight becomes blurred when drained in the moment. As Yolner comes, and light departs, darkness comes, lasting longer than the day. The heat is gone within the burning of suns, night lights will guide the way. North, south, east, and west, you shall find your living place. You'll beyond the trappings, ornaments grace the base. A ribbon approaches with a coal and coat, dressing a wreath at chamber door. Awaken, awaken, frost repose, keeping them nice and warm. Avant, avant, one shall see, you shall have a guest. From chimneys swept and fires well kept, Jack will greet your friends. Protect, protect from his ice and chill. Cheeks rosen in Yule cold. Smog and stacks from flat to flat. Welcome your friends into your home. Good night.
And that's how you properly close that whole section off there. That's how it's done. Everybody please unmute and give it up for Frog Corpse at this time.
Woo!
Dig it.
Super.
You're
Breathtaking.
bad.
Woohoo!
Awesome.
Oh my dude.
All right. Before we go on, I just want to address a couple of things. Yes, Thomas, I will move you up in the list so you're not out in the cold. Um, would you like to be the first poet after we get back from the
Well,
feature?
I don't want to take that first slot afterwards, but like, just if you can move me up a little bit. Anyone want to switch with me? When you post
Oh,
this,
no,
that's cool.
I'll,
Doesn't have
I'll,
to be
I'll,
right
I'll,
after the picture, but
I'll have you second then.
all right.
Just yeah, no worries. I'll work that out. And CP, I'll work it out with you. We'll definitely have you on the list. There's
Yo,
plenty of
CP
room.
did
There's
some
like one,
magic last
two.
night at New York. What?
Give me one moment. In fact, let me just make the adjustments right now. Yeah, there's like one, two, three. I think there's like 5 poets, potentially 6. So yeah, I'll add just CP definitely.
Let you know.
So with that said,
Did he eat? Did he eat? Did Rusty eat good?
You might have to mute. Can I
I
mute?
I
That's my other mama.
yeah.
That's why I
Oh,
went down. I
okay.
visited her when I was down there too. That was my best friend's mom.
Okay, I was just confused what was going on for a hot second, but I just
Uh,
muted her. It's all good.
she don't know
All
how
in
to
good
work this
intention.
one yet.
But without further ado, it is feature time. Oh yeah. We're gonna get into this. we're gonna get to this like no other because tonight we're gonna be having a killer set from a killer dude in the name of Mark Lipman. And for the ones in the Zoom room, ones watching on YouTube, just a reminder, just a couple of things. If we were to go through his bio, we would be here for too long. Anyway, legit. In case y'all don't know, he's the United States National Beat Poet Laureate, founder of the press, of the Vagabond Press, um, the Culver City Book Festival, and the Elba Poetry Festival. Winner of the 2015 Joe Hill Labor Poetry Award. Um, he's got so many things going on. He's done so many things. He's a host and foreign correspondent for the radio program Poetry from Around the Worlds for Poets Cafe on KPFK 90.7 FM, Los Angeles. And as Mark continues to travel the world, he uses poetry to connect communities to greater social justice issues while building consciousness through the spoken word. And for ones who weren't in the Zoom room in the Slam Jam a couple months ago, this is going to be one hell of a treat because we're going to be getting more poetry and more perspective tonight. So without further ado, it is my distinct honor and privilege to bring to you at this time on Open Minds Open Mic, the one and only Mark Lipman. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
A rumbling can be heard on the horizon, a great stirring underfoot, as dry, dying leaves crack and crumble from the weight bearing down on them. The march into battle echoes in far-off village and mighty metropolis, as clear as a fallen pin. A wisp of wind in the Sahara is all that is needed to create a sandstorm in the dust bowl of the Midwest. Unrest in the streets and town squares, amassed in the raised voices at the checkout counter, and the fist can be seen in the air, multiplied by the millions of disheveled and downtrodden. No, we are not to blame for the bankers' plunder. We are merely the results of deregulation, of capitalization, of corruption in high places, and our voices will be heard, vibrating in your meeting halls, crumbling your capitals to dust and ash from whence they came. Greedy children and their teachers are not the guilty parties. The excess spoils will not be found in the pockets of the toiling masses. Grandma's social security check did not crash the economy any more than did immigrants send your jobs to China. We are not the problem, but like a thunderbolt from Zeus's fingertips, slicing through the darkness of their expedient lies. We will be the solution. Thank you, Dre Ray, and everyone. It's such an honor and a pleasure to be back here. I like to shake it up before I thank it up, so I wanted to start you off with that before I really got into the reading tonight. Yeah, it's just so great to be here on Open Mic, Open Minds, Open Mic. Thank you for inviting me. I'd like to give you some new stuff today, stuff that people haven't heard yet, okay? And so a lot of this stuff is very topical, what's going on today. So I'd like to start off with a shorter poem, one that's entitled All My Best Friends Are Italian. Snitches get stitches. Thank you. On the same theme, I have another poem. It's a little bit longer. And it's called The Adjuster. It's just business. It always has been. It's nothing personal, no malice to it. It's just my job. Someone has to do it. If not me, it'd be someone else. Remember the dividends. Someone's got to pay. Someone has to be denied. One side uses algorithms, but I'm old school analog. We both deny service. It's part of the programming. While one is healthcare, the other are capitalists. So when you deny patience, bang! I deny a CEO. It's just how we balance the sheets in the Adjustment Bureau. We're at war, or haven't you noticed? People are dying every day. There are too many hospitals to bomb, to save everybody, too many children to feed, and that cut into our salaries. We don't want to turn off your anesthesia, but how else are we gonna make money? There's a fine line between rich and poor, and you better know on what side of that line you're standing. We've all got something to defend. For some, it's policy and privilege, while others, it's their dying mothers. So when you defend the corporations, I take action for the working class. We've only got ourselves to save us, so the adjuster does what he has to. There just comes a point when they've crossed the line, when their lies are so obvious that you can't remain blind, when they've cheated and taken all that you've got, when you finally stand up and bang, take the shot. It's not what we asked for, it's not what we wanted, but what's the point of a petition when the government's corrupted? Yes, we all want the violence to end, yet it's the only language billionaires speak. So while they're all off killing the meek, bang! The adjuster deposes them. Thank you. Obviously, that goes out to Luigi. Here's something that is an older poem, though you haven't heard it before. I'm just bringing this back out. Again, I wrote this, back about 21 years ago when I was organizing with the anti-war movement in Paris. It's called My Government Won't Let Me. I'm tired. I'm cold. I want to go to bed, but my government won't let me. I'm tired. I'm cold. I want to go to bed, but my government won't let me. The trains are on strike and the cabs look at me funny. I can't get a ride even though I have the money. I'm tired. I'm cold. I want to go to bed, but my government won't let me. I've heard a lot tonight and I've seen even more. I want to write it down, but my government won't let me. I'm out of my district and dressed rather strangely. No one here likes me because my hair is kind of mangy. There are police on the corners and men lurking in the doorways. No matter where I turn, there's an obstacle before me. I'm tired. I'm cold. I want to go to bed, but my government won't let me. I want to go home and empty out my head. I want to lie down on a warm, safe bed, but my government won't let me. By speaking my mind, they hate who I am. They prefer me to be blind than a liberated man. They threaten my life and scare me to death till I cower in a corner, holding my breath. They get in my head and mess with my brain. They want to convince me that I am insane. I'm tired. I'm cold. I want to go to bed, but my government won't let me. They tell me to trust no one and I will be safe, just like a prisoner behind the walls of a cage. Hatred and fear, they consume everyone. But if we can't love each other, then we have no one. I'm shivering now as I write these last words, still looking for a cab and feeling absurd. But if I don't say it, then that leaves no one. The moment you are silent, your government has won. I'm tired. I'm cold. I want to go to bed, but my government won't let me. I'm tired. I'm cold. I want to go to bed, but my government won't let me. I'm tired. I'm cold. I want to go to bed, but my government won't let me. I'm tired. I'm cold. I want to go to bed, but my government won't let me. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I've written a lot of deep political stuff for a long time now. And maybe this next poem will kind of let you kind of know why, I guess. I don't know. This is the next one I've got up online here. It's called Nothing Personal. It's just business, nothing personal. That we bombed that tiny village, those refugee camps, blew up that school and all the hospitals. We have weapon contracts that must be fulfilled, oil containers and gas tanks to be filled to justify the tanks and all those who must be killed. It's just good for the economy. It's just business, nothing personal. Why you can't pay rent or eat or earn a living wage, pay off your student debt, or even afford groceries. Investors need a return. Wheels need to keep spinning, and we must keep on winning. It's the American way. It's just business, nothing personal. Why healthcare is so expensive. Why it's your body, but you don't have a choice. Why it's your vote, but you don't have a voice. Why, whichever way you turn, it's lesser and greater evil. It's not that we don't care, but that we're the devil. It's really nothing personal. It's all just good business, keeping you divided, blaming Latinos for losing abortions and overturning Roe v. Wade, blaming women for mass deportations and building the wall. The battle of the sexes will have them all out on parade while we keep on killing children to build up a new resort on top of the dead bodies for all our rich cronies, good old red and blue alike. It's shock and awe all day. It's really just good business. There's nothing personal to it. It's just the way it is, the way it's always been, until you finally stand up and do something about it. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see. Where are we on time here? I've got about 15 to go. Tell you what, let me give you a couple more and then I'm going to mix it up a bit, okay? How does that sound? Thumbs up? Excellent. Okay. Um, oh, here's one that's kind of on that line. Attention, Walmart shoppers. Somewhere in the swollen bowels of some dank and dimly lit offshore sweatshop, maybe in China or Vietnam or Bangladesh, the lights are being turned out in a young girl's eyes as she frantically stitches her childhood away, one 12-hour shift at a time, without sunlight or bathroom breaks or a proper education, for only pennies a day. It's just good business. It helps the bottom line when there are no labor laws or health requirements or pesky regulations to get in the way of the profits. Make sure you take advantage of our 3-for-1 special today. We've got Congressman for sale on aisle 6, and we do accept food stamps. But unions are strictly forbidden. We can't let little things like human rights and national sovereignty stand in the way of progress, stand in the way of the corporation being able to freely trade your life away for dirt. There are cargo ships on the horizon and dividends to be paid, so don't you worry about that fire or the factory that just collapsed or that little girl turned to ash. That's just the price of doing business. And we always guarantee the lowest prices because we love our customers. Okay, tell you what. Let me give you something. Um, since I've got a little bit of time, you gave me more time than I was expecting. So let me give you something here. Um, that is the second part of that the Crow's poem that I read for you the last time. So this is the companion piece to that. And it's topical for the year because it's called The Ghost of Christmas Past. Sit in and relax because this is a longer poem. The full moon is bright upon the horizon. The tide is high tonight. All the drivers are reckless under the glowing city lights. A mist enters off the waters. The wolves they howl this night. An icy wind begins to bite, cutting sharp right through the jacket. A head turns in retort, both quick and jagged, as a leather shoe click-clacks upon the cobbled pavement. Caw! Caw! Exclaims the raven, giving fair warning to the approaching silhouette. A rattling key upon the chain, a narrow-fingered skeleton, a bony hand unlocks a rusty lock, gripping fast the handle, creaking, locking the hinges. The door slides open as the knocker eyes its prey. All the while the raven watches with bated interest. If only Beaks could smile, there would be sinister upon its face. The old man Ebenezer shuts the door behind him, bolting fast the locks, lest what is looking finds him. Secure within his cell, the one of his own making, he mounts the staircase, squeaking. The floorboards take him to his candlelit destination. Before his porch fireplace, within his rocking chair, a howling roar begins to stir the frosty midnight air. As if upon a sudden, surrounded from all sides, a rattling of the cages as the room becomes alive. Bam! 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 A pounding at the door, squealing anchor chains slide across the floor. Within the shrill of silence, upon the witching hour, the reaper pays a visit to this wilting flower. Hark there, hark, who treads across this meadow? Standing in the doorframe, translucent to the eye, a ghost appeared before him with a raven by his side. Swirling all his countenance, every end undone, the old man trembled feebly, for now his time had come. Oh, Marley, you forsaker, with all your shackled locks, one last chance you offer to the ticking of a clock. Within an hour hence, if unrepent still you be, tied down to your own fetters, forever shall you be. Upon those fateful words, the glass turned upside down. The raven began to holler an ungodly kind of sound. Taking to its wings, stretched out from left to right, talons clenched his collar as they both took off in flight. Through the open window, both man and raven flew over chimney tops to where memory once grew. Before his waking eyes, his childhood did pass, at last came back to haunt him, the struggle of his class. While the working poor, they toiled in the fields and on the loom, the rich they lived in leisure, a horse for every groom. Within the dusty mines, black lung had filled the air, the titans of all industry, little did they care. In the wars they slaughtered millions at a time, the poor their cannon fodder against humanity, their crimes. While bankers like himself counted all their cash, hungry mouths went wanting, swept up like evening trash. The sights they grew, the raven flew, pecking at his eyes, until that Ebenezer himself began to cry. If this is what the future holds, oh why, oh God, oh why? Bring me back into the fold where love and freedom lie. I'll give away my money and share with joy my time, for all there is worth having is peace for all mankind. Nevermore the Scrooge, nevermore I say, or strike me down with thunder upon my dying day. Hearing all of this, the sincerity of his words, the raven returned him to his bed and there left him undisturbed. On the morrow, when he awoke, the sun all bright it shined. He jumped around like a youthful child, full and in his prime. Setting out upon his pledge, he stayed faithful to the end. And when his time it finally came, he was missed by all his friends. Yet do not count for certain a happy ending is in store, for if you want to see it, you must live it evermore. The raven of the winter, the ghost of Christmas past, whatever you will call it, it is always watching fast. When it finally comes, it may just be too late. So if you want redemption, there is no time to wait. The time of life remaining is closing like a door. So if you want to live it, then live it evermore. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I just want to quickly say, you can go as long as your heart desires. Just want to let you know. After hearing that
Yeah, open
piece,
minds, man. Go as long as
hearing
you
that
need, brother.
piece, after hearing that piece, I wanted to quickly say that also, if you wanted to share, the piece that you wrote, that you presented at the Slam Jam, that that you wrote just now, the company piece. If you
Yeah.
want to present that later, I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh,
Yeah, because that first piece
I
was
could. Usually, yeah, I like to do them, the crows first because it kind of flows. It kind of leads into the one I just did. But this one I kind of pull out at this time of the year because it's a, it's a between Halloween and Christmas poem. It's a mix of Edgar Allan Poe and Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol, so it's got that vibe. Um, tell you what, let me give you I'll give you a couple more. I'm not gonna skimp on you. Um, as long as you can stand me, I can stand, rattling on. Tell you what, let me give you, oh, let me give you a poem I didn't write. There's a poem I didn't write about train derailments and banks collapsing, tumbling over like a bridge with rusted pylons that fell right into our drinking water because I didn't know whether I should call it he or she. There's a poem I didn't write about world peace, about the chance we had when the walls of an apartheid state came down because it never did. It just went up higher as we marched in the streets for more missile sales, for peace. There's a poem I didn't write about another mass shooting, encouraged by politicians blaming the uterus for the collapse of civilization, while we cheered on drone strikes as a kinder, gentler way to steal the world's resources. There's a poem I didn't write about a dog gnawing on a child's arm while the cop kept repeating, "Stop resisting," for the cameras. As I came to realize that cats are better for the simple fact that they never worked for the police. There's a poem I didn't write for an honest politician because looking left and right, I just couldn't find one. Whether the excuse was told through willful ignorance or an outright lie, in the end, it made no difference. The poor still died on the streets. There's a poem I didn't write about the day we finally woke up and realized that other poor people, regardless of where they were born, are not our enemies. That the billionaires and their cronies were the only ones that felt our rage. I didn't write that poem, but I tell you, my pen is ready. All right, all right. Thank you so much. Yeah. What should I share with you next? I do have a couple more that I would like to. Um, tell you what. Let me give you this one here. This is actually the title piece, and then I'll do one more after this. This is the title piece from my new book coming out in Russia. It's all translate. I've got like 21 poems, a full book translated into Russian. It's coming out soon-ish, and this is the title piece of the book. It's called The Eternal Yop. When I first met Amiri Baraka, you couldn't tell it because outwardly he was fragile and old as he slowly made his way up to the microphone. It was only once he took his first breath that we began to hear the lion's roar. I'll never forget that moment of transformation where someone on the outside, appearing so weak, could suddenly, in an instant, become so powerful. That is what poetry does. It brings forth that eternal yop from the soul that longs evermore for those four pillars of life: truth, beauty, freedom, and love. Not just some bohemian rhapsody, some cliche picked out of thin air, but of what gives this universe balance, coming through as the power of voice. Truth, no matter how difficult, must be spoken, else we lose our very souls. Beauty in its purest form, emanating from inside, shines as a light when the heart is true. Freedom, the great longing for every living creature to be in harmony with nature, to discover one's purpose in life, and love. For what is any of this worth if we don't share it with the rest of the world? To be a poet is to embrace this balance, to find the way through the night and roar up to the heavens, to open the gates that separate us from our dreams and aspirations for a better way of life, that locks away our imaginations into a tiny sliver of what's possible, something merely viable and so far removed from what we know is right. No, the poets must yawp and scream from the rafters, cry from the rooftops, sing in the alleys, and on every street corner. We must rattle the cages and shake things up. For if we don't, who's left to raise the alarm? Ne les faire pas, mes amis, compañeros, vamos, mi gente. There's writing to be done, injustices to cure, women to woo, and a whole slew still left to do before we finally say good night. I think that's the first time I've read that poem aloud. All right. I don't want to eat up the clock so much. So I'm going to give you one more. This is a poetic short story. I like this piece a lot to close with sometimes, and you've been really kind to me, so I think I'll give you a treat. Excuse me. All right. This one's called The Shooting Star. Once upon a time, there was a shooting star, and the shooting star was very happy, because when he passed the sky at night, he could see all the lovers gazing up at him in wonder. But then one night, when he was shining in all his glory, he heard a whisper from way, way far below on earth, and what he heard terrified him, because someone had pointed up to him in the sky and said that he wasn't a star at all, but a meteorite. A meteorite! He shrieked within himself. How horrible! How could it be that it was merely a meteorite? And as he listened to the voices below, he began to discover. You see, continued the whisper, when a meteorite passes close to the earth, some particles break off and burn up in the atmosphere, and that is what we see. What a tragic ending, thought the meteorite in shame. A star is the greatest creature in the universe. It gives warmth and light. Without the stars, nothing could live. To be degraded to just a meteorite in a second's time. Not even that, but just a piece, just a fragment. Dust. That is what he was. Just the dust off a meteorite. It was more than he could bear. But then, as he reached his deepest despair, another, much softer, much sweeter voice rose up into the air. Oh, look, a shooting star, said the voice. How beautiful it is. With that, his heart beat just a bit faster as he chanced to glance downward to see where those words had come from, and at that very moment he spied the lover's kiss. With that, he raced across the sky in a fiery red. Just dust he may be, but that is what dreams are made of. Thank you very much. You've been awesome tonight. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Tremendous.
Thank
Yeah,
you
thank you,
so
Mark.
much.
Talent. I like
Everybody, please unmute. Show your love for the one and only Mark Lipman at this time.
Fantastic set.
That was really good.
Wepa!
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
mind
you.
blowing.
Yeah.
Thank you
Good
so much
luck.
for that. We really appreciate that, but that was great.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me here tonight. Right
God bless.
back at you, brother.
Thank you.
Mm.
What a wholesome way to close out a wholesome set. Thank you so much, Mark, for all that you do and for all that you continue to do. Everybody, check in what Mark's doing on Instagram, on Facebook, and whatever links he's got to share on the group chat because we want to get in on that. We appreciate you, Mark, for all that you do, and thank you again for sharing all that you had to share with us in what was a kick-ass feature.
Yes.
Damn. Oof. Give me a moment to process.
Really?
Wow. Wow. And I just want to take this time to give a big shout out to everybody here in the Zoom room, ones that were here earlier who are not with us at this time, for sharing space and helping piece together this wonderful evening. This would not be possible without viewers and participants like you. And I thank y'all. Really, truly, madly, deeply. And I'm just trying to say that because it's a pretty sweet 90s reference. But anyway, we got a second half of this open mic to look forward to. And I just want to take this time to also formally welcome Nadia and Erica Floyd to Open Minds Open Mic. Great to have you here tonight. And in case, just in case, if you weren't aware, by now. We have an open list, so if you feel like you would like to participate, please let me know, and I will gladly make it happen so we get to hear your work tonight. But without further ado, on deck we got Thomas Open Minds, but kicking things off in the second half, please give it up for Whisper Poet. Unmute. Take it away when you are ready.
So, for those of you who did not know this, CP Mays is an instigator. That's all I'm going to say. Daddy lessons. Give me that look, Daddy. The one that tells me you're going to touch my soul. Touch me in ways that take my soul. And if your goal is to have me on my knees, press your lips to me and worship the way I deserve to be, because goddesses exist. Kiss the cinnamon from my mouth and eliminate all doubt from your mind that I am supernatural and together we are divine. Chase me, Daddy. I want you to make me run. And when you catch me, make me nervous that my ass will pay the price for my fun. Your face is you're in need of the sweet taste of me, so let me offer my buffet. It's a spread the likes of which you've never seen, only imagined. So many options to put your mouth on, so many flavors to excite your tastes. Let me feed all of your hungers, and you can pleasure me with your tongue when I make my throne your face. Be my pirate and plunder my places, steal my treasures, fill your hands with the delicious measure of me. Squeeze, pinch, rub, and pull, drink me so deep you arise immortal. Satiated and intoxicated from my witch's brew, give me all of you. Be a generous donor, because I want all of your giving, and I will give you all of me. So hold me like a gentleman and kiss me like I stole your heart. Squeeze me like your life depends on it. I have needs you need to take possession of, and this is how we start. Okay. So this is notes from the bush. We need to discuss the carpet. For the longest time, I kept it the way it started. But this is not the 70s, and shag is not the desired nap. Men don't want to feel a tumbleweed down there when I wrap myself around the maypole. In the 70s, the metal ran the show. Bic, Daisy, Gillette, and Schick, shaving was the accepted route for a smooth experience. We bought weed whacker sticks and pink plastic to manicure the lady bits. We were all walking around with rug burn on our daisies. In the 80s, we discovered wax in the shape of a bikini. With swimsuits high up on the thigh, the fuzzies had to go bye-bye. We paid someone to rip it good. Until Sally Hansen made it clear and understood that you could nuke the jar on demand as long as you had a steady hand and get perfectly smooth results. Easy on the purse, affordable for the crotch. We made it smooth at home so the playground could go unmown. But then we went Brazilian. We followed the lead of the models like Gisele Bündchen. We said no to hair patterns under swimsuits on the beach and let the salon chicks rip the hair off the peach. Skipped over the landing strip and decided to do the pubic hair version of the skinny dip. My hoo-ha speaks Portuguese now, and I am just fine with it.
Wow. Holy shit. We got like a baller alert. We got some range here. Everybody, please give it up for Whisper Poet at this time. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
whisper.
yeah.
You walked right
Whisper.
into that whisper and just took it out of your pocket. I had nothing to do with that. I had nothing to do with that, first of all.
Yeah, like several,
I
yeah,
haven't
several of
heard
us
those
having our
people
lighters
done.
out during that first
Yeah,
Yeah,
piece because
give,
it's
that
so
shit
give,
was
hot.
give me your
fire.
Yeah.
torch
That shit
encore.
was hot as
Yeah.
fuck.
And then the second one, what? That shit was great, bro. About shaving the peach, man.
Thank you, guys. I am working on a manuscript of erotic prose and poetry called The Velvet Flower. So there you go. More to come.
I love that title.
No pun intended. Huh.
Thank you.
With that said, everybody, one more time, give it for Whisper Poet. We're gonna look forward to that
Yeah,
shit.
whisper.
Whisper.
Thank you.
We love you.
Woo. Wow, what a hot way to kick things off. Again, and just to remind everybody here, for anyone who isn't part of the list yet, if you'd like to be a part of the list or just want to confirm, just to play it safe, let me know. Because I want to make sure people are heard. For the ones who like to share. With that said, we're gonna keep this shindig rolling. On deck, we got Justine, but stepping up to the plate, please give it up at this time for Thomas Open Minds. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Hello, lovely people. As some of you may know, I just came back from Florida. And so I'm going to read a piece about Florida that I wrote while I was up in Alberta freezing. And then I have another little piece, and then I'm going to do one of my signature pieces to work on the performance. But before I get into my performance, I would like to thank Mark Lipman once more for that amazing feature. You read new stuff, you did a piece you've never performed before, and but you just crushed it all the way through and through, and you deserve all the accolades you get, man. Like you are crushing it, and you're truly an inspiration. Okay. With that said, I'll go ahead and get to the poetry here. So I wrote this one a while ago when I was in Alberta, just thinking of my home, and I named it "My Place in the Sun." Culturally diverse, merging slang words, wonderfully transverse, urging things heard. This place I hail from is so unique in its ways. I miss the taste of oxtail from round the way, fried chicken from the gas station, a delectable sensation. Temptation lingers, narration sideways from street singers. Expectation drinkers, gestation of our ways. Whispers from strippers kept their minds sane. Sunshine all day, everywhere, every time in this beautiful place that I call mine, where I used to roam. It's been so long. I miss the palm trees and the summer sun, for South Florida is my true home. So much fun and memories bleed out onto the streets, treats unseen by the tourists from the beach. I miss this place, but I'll always keep a bit of sand in my mind for the rest of time, 'cause it's the place I go when I dream, when I'm in a very deep state of sleep. Peace. Yeah, I just got back from Florida. I was good to see my family and everything down there. And then I want to read this piece because I think Gustav would have just absolutely loved Mark Lippman's future. He would have those political pieces and stuff like, man, he would have like I heard him, cheering from the heavens, man, like you crush it. So this I wrote just shortly after the Megas passed away, and I want to read it again because I want to honor his memory tonight. I'm swimming in tears. For years, you were always there. Every week, same time, same place, that smile on your face will forever bring joy into my heart. Your words like darts that always hit the mark. The spark from your fingertips every time you grip that pen with every line. They would ignite a fire deep within my mind. You kept it open. Stolen from us too soon. You still had so much to do. You are immortal now, resting in the wings of the most beautiful angel. You can finally let the pain go, make a new home without it. Shit, take some of mine too, please. My mind and body seize up trying to put into words the unseen memories you leave us. At times you seemed you were the only one who believed us. Open minds will never be the same without you. I'm hoping the times you shared with us will sprout new rhymes in everyone you loved and trust. It's true. You are loved by so many. Plenty of lives felt your magic. As tragic as this is, I choose to remember how you lived. Gifted with a slick wit, you were always on point. No pun intended, more like a reference to a joint. Your aura left us feeling high so many times, deep in ourselves. You made us laugh, you made us cry, and think for ourselves and question why. Reality bending, profound, plus I'm so happy that you found us and never left. Even without breath, you're still around us. We're truly blessed to have your soul in our lives. We'll see you again someday when we all open our eyes. Rest in peace, Megas. We love you, man. Whew. And then for my last piece, this is one of my signature pieces I wanted to perform for Mark. Because I looked at Slam Jam. I don't think I did this one free, but I don't know. I guess it's one of my signature pieces, and I'm trying to master the performance. So I will be performing that piece for you tonight. It's called "I Remember." My mind unwinding, finding clues I left behind me. Designed for my uprising, I choose the breath inside me. Lined by undying views of a muse who sat beside me. Knowledge I held tight to. Language I spelled right through. Image I excelled, my sights true. I threw pieces of my past life into speeches that I cast live. A few breaches in my glass eye review teachers as I pass by. I grew true glitches stitched in space-time to expand my mind in lieu of bass vibes. Sincerely, who knew the hinges had been swinging freely, briefly allowing wishes to seep deep into reality? Clearly astounding, these glimpses creep around me. It's beginning to allow me to see how we fit existing in this now beat. I sit emitting a resounding bright light that surrounds me, insisting I might take flight. Proudly, loudly I sound off, tossed a few words into the sky while I fly around lost. Spew 2/3 of my mind at no cost to you or whoever happens to cross paths with the version of me rapping about these diversionary tactics, certain words that make them backflip. Just so happens that I classically spit magic, bird and birds who passively flew past it. I sarcastically chew plastic, surge into Earth's passage, manage to do damage artistically, rhythmically, laughing about all the past lives I was trapped in. The one known as no one knows what happened. So I fashioned a glowing orb from a flowing storm, so I had something to pass him for hunting crass hymns, while transmitting Gnostic visions by twisting optic ribbons. I remember being born on more than one occasion, a defender who is sworn to warn all of the neighbors. I render my physical form based on all the greatest. Am I the bravest or a sadist? Flipping through all life's pages, I found out we're all made with the same sound vibration. I blame ground displacement for lame unbound migration. So, salutations, my friends, with all my love and appreciation.
Wonderful set there. Everybody, please, at this time, give it up for Thomas Open Minds. All right.
Hey, Thomas.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
Thomas.
Right. Yeah, definitely, dude. Oh, thank you for sharing that three-piecer there. And it's been a little while since you performed that piece, so it's nice to be able to, hear that ring through these good old ear canals one more time. Thank you for that. Um, fuck yeah. It's been an awesome night so far, and I'm just really blessed to be all here with all y'all tonight. This is really cool. Um, mm, all right, with that said, I'm excited to be saying this. Sorry, I just can't bottle in my emotions anymore. On deck, we got CP Maze, but stepping up to the plate now, please give it up for Justine. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Hey y'all. So I have two. My first piece is still like a work in progress. And the second one is done. So I will start with the work in progress. This is called I Am and Necessary Evil. I am the shadow in your light, the whisper that haunts your dreams at night, a paradox wrapped in layers deep, in the silence of secrets that you keep. When the sun sets low and darkness hails, I wear my cloak of sins adorned with trails of choices made and dreams derailed in this intricate dance where innocence failed. You call me villain, I call me wise, a challenge to comfort, a spark in disguise. With every heartache that gardens despair, I breathe life into battles fought bare. For without my kiss of suffering's sting, the flutter of hope would not dare to spring. I carve the paths you're destined to roam. Through trials and tempest, this is your home. An architect of emotional strife, crafting a canvas painted with life. In every wound that seems too deep to heal lies the revelation of what is real. Embrace me or shun me, the choice is yours, but know I'm entwined in nature's cores. For every high, there's a pit to descend. I'm the gravity weighing on hearts without end. Yet in my presence, sometimes you see the resilience born from the depths of me. In shadows lies shades of elusive grace, a necessary evil we all must embrace. So gather your courage against my decree and traverse your anguish. Come dance with me. In these arms of turmoil where passion ignites, you'll find strength surging like meteoric lights. Through quiet nights and chaotic days, in tapestries woven with sorrowful stays, I am both chaos and a hint of calm's glow. Your heartbreak invites you to learn how to grow. With every tear shed like rain from above, hearts learn to mend when faced by love. A necessary evil? Yes, that's my name. But parting the dark is what fuels my flame. For as night gives way to dawn's warm embrace, you'll find in your journey a beautiful place. As you reflect on what brought forth your pain, remember its growth. Those roots dance within the rain. So welcome this truth wrapped tight in dilemma. There's strength amidst struggle, a softened enigma. For I am necessary in ways undefined, an evil embrace when love seeks to bind. Poem. The next one I wrote really quickly last night. I don't know, it kind of just poured out of me. I guess I was inspired. This is called My Dark Reverie. My dearest, in the velvet cloak of night, I feel you creeping into my thoughts. A darkness so intoxicating, it wraps around my body like a lover's touch. Though we have never met, I'm already lost in the spell of you. The cadence of your voice, the way your words burn through the silence, every syllable leaving an imprint on my skin. You, who wields shadows like a weapon, who bends the night to your will. I ache for you in ways I cannot explain. Your poetry, raw and dripping with desire, is the invitation I cannot refuse. You've touched me, oh, not with your hands, but with your art, with your soul, so that every dark note you sing sinks deep into me. Every breath you take feels like mine. I've never tasted your lips, yet I feel them upon my neck. A phantom kiss, soft as death, filling me with a hunger I can't control. You are the darkness that calls to me, a lover made of shadows and breath, a creature that lives in the space between desire and danger, between love and sin. You, my reverie, have made me burn the need of fire that flickers in the quiet spaces of my longing. I crave your touch, though it's only a dream. I ache for the feel of your hands on the curves of my body, the weight of your gaze as it strips me bare, revealing every secret I've kept locked in my soul. Though we are strangers, I am already yours, captured by the promise of what could be, lost in the darkness of your world, a world that whispers to me of pleasures forbidden, of love that aches and burns, of the kind of passion that makes the night tremble in its wake. I wait for the moment when distance disappears, when your touch is not a dream, but a fire that consumes me whole, when I'm no longer a ghost in your thoughts, but the body that answers the call of your desire. Until then, I will lie awake, consumed by you, by the darkness, by the hunger you have awakened in every inch of me. Yours in shadow and heat, forever your captive, Justine. Poem.
What the fuck? Holy shit. Um, damn. Double damn. Holy shit. Everybody give it up for Justine at this time.
Yeah, Justine. Yo, that
Hey,
one was dope.
Justine, I have a question though, if that's okay.
Of course.
The second piece, what was the inspiration behind that? Because I'm getting a sense of longing on your end. And what's with the captivation of darkness, if I may ask?
Well, darkness is kind of just my thing. Um, I've it's just been a reflection of my light and everything I've gone through, from always fighting a battle and finding a way through it. The inspiration was almost like a spark in that darkness that I did not know was a real thing. It's actually someone who I have been conversing with, and they have been completely just eye-opening. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. I'm just analyzing some of your works today here. I have the transcript though. Thank you, by the way.
Of course.
Wow. Well, I'll be damned. Um, not often do you share poetry, but when you do, it slaps like a Mack truck in a good way. Look. Um, keep writing. Writer, keep writing. With that said, we're gonna keep this shindig rolling. Ooh. Um, we're gonna check in at midnight at some point. Just make sure that he may be participating. If he's not, then we'll figure it out. But as of now, we might have midnight or Samsung on deck. But step up to the plate now. Please give it up for CP Mays. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Hello, everybody. I got two poems. Yeah, the first one's called Burn Candles at Both Ends. It's dedicated to my feminine side. Our dearest CP Mays, when the darkness comes, don't be afraid to ask God for some dynamite and a light. Sincerely yours, Mays, your feminine side. My feminine side's gritty, gorgeous, gallery crawling backbones bent off bourbon Babylon, and she says, I swear, I can't tell Maze that he's beautiful and he fucking believes me. Balancing gasoline, trampoline, truth, and tongue. If you've never skull fucked sin, pressing charges against God, knowing Jesus barely made it out alive on bail, I don't know how to tell you to. Raise bars in bar brawl. Every time God catches me and my back against the wall with Maze's imaginary friend love and our best friend fuck if I lose. Knuckles knuckled up, knuckling up against life. Am I fucking this up? Satan and sins on some ish like God. Whether he's mourning or morning glory, Maze is something more than a misspelled amen. Amen. I go hard at scars and love forever like coffins. A veteran supernova I am, in amen stuck up dreams suffering from insomnia. A metaphor, and I am Martian. I am what happens after concrete faith softens. Double back, pick up a stick, a light switch, and a brick, and then rehardens. A stick up for yourself, kid, who held down while holding heaven up. I've been often inside our universes, are addicted to sniffing timelines, collection plates. Humanity dropped 666 what the hells and hallelujahs in time's recollection plates, and I swear what the hells and hallelujahs need to offer us some spare change back. Hallelujah, you especially need to at least offer us humans some spare change back. My feminine side, since I miss you and I'm coming home. Postcards to heaven and Dear John letters to hell. Both signed no matter what. You never fucking let me down. My past gave my future my present. This present, a present. Unbubble wrapped my pride. Pulled out my feminine side and sweetheart smile. She says, so sexy, so sassy. She sighs, elevate or levitate. Maze you motherfucker. I'm not 10 toes down scared enough to die alone in the belly of the beast mode just to watch you blah, blah, blah. What if you both polars and 12 molars go all the fuck in? CP, when the darkness comes, don't be afraid to ask God for some dynamite and a light. Sincerely yours, Maze, Us both, your masculine and your feminine side. P.S. I win pipe bomb. She stays on Let's Light It and fucking riot. So solar flare maze. Come on, dog, and burn our candles at both ends. Boom. Whew. Yeah. So let's have some fun with new releases and matinees. Almost and probably are the posted armed guards protecting all of the movie theaters in your mouth. Theater 1. You played the villain in your own heartbreak at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Theater 2. Girl meets girl, falls for boy, boy falls in love with everything you won't ever become. At 3:45 at Theater 7 in 17 minutes, a motion picture of every one of your well underdeveloped negatives will take center stage, starring Forget Everything Behind You've Left, co-starring with an ego that will always only know how to exit stage right. Outside Theater 8 are the matinees. Best Director in Motion Picture, the two nominees are Donald Trump for the riots he incited, which he would never get indicted, George Bush, who never found any weapons of mass destruction, but did find new pipelines for oil production, and then I'm sorry will win Best Supporting Actress in all of their trumped up alibis. Best Feature Actor in the film, Jesus, for his role in playing Jewish, not Christian. Best costume design, whenever took a Middle Eastern man and dressed him up to be a white hippie, blonde hair, blue-eyed white Jesus Christ. Theater 9, best set design. Dearest remember, remind, Leonardo da Vinci arranged every actor character in The Last Supper's master painting. Its plaster's painting was the planting of faith of mankind's two mustard seeds in a picture perfect painting, perfect pasture. Mazes Moxie may be too hungry for a halo, so I got a Last Supper go table that all returns from the rapture. Best choreographer, best musical score, Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, for the kids, not my son. Secretly dedicated to all the fucked up baby mamas in the house. Best adaptive work from a novel. Every human editor editing, publishing new Bibles. Honorable mentions goes to not LeBron James, the other King James Version, the New King James Version, the New English Bible, English Standard Version, and lastly, the New Living Standard Versions. Give it all up for the editors of the Bible. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, best indie film editor. Ladies and gentlemen, whoever decided to kick the Gospel of Judas and the Gospel according to Mary Magdalene and edited right out the Bible. Ladies and gentlemen, you mean I look outside Theater 12, best cinematographer in an action drama? Toxic Relationships goes to Poster Says God. For the best toxic relationship with son, left his son nailed to the cross hard, stigmata the scars, back outside Theater 9, red carpet to the Matinee Awards fashion show. Truth is, Jesus just had one religion, and that one religion just won the award for the only world's one religion should be love. The only one world religion should only be love. Love. The award For the only world's one religion is our love. Poem.
It is offering time.
Way to
We
suck it
need to
to
select
us.
an A and B selection so that we can ask the collection plate.
Bro, you blew me out of
Everybody
my
Where's
at
his
seat.
this
armor
time,
I
give
bearer?
it
couldn't
up for
sit for
CP
that.
Maze.
Where's his armor bearer? Where's somebody with the sheet? Throw it over him. Get him some water or something. Lord Jesus. You beautiful brother. You beautiful brother.
Thank
Thank
y'all
you
for
so much,
riding on me,
CP,
man.
for everything you do, man.
Appreciate it,
I
man.
We
am
love you, brother.
I am really envisioning like in a life or death situation where like some badass aliens need to like challenge all of humanity and they
Yeah, we
just
ain't
like
sending Will Smith. We sending
they
CP.
challenge us to like for one slam poet to save all humanity. I would elect CP Mace. Holy shit. Just that fire, man. That fire. Ah, damn.
Word. Hey, Mama Thomas.
And with that said, that's one again. Just thank you again, CP, for taking the time to join us here tonight.
I
Always
think
a
you may
good
be
time
on
to
to
have
something, Dre. Maybe CP needs to be our emissary to the drones.
Get hallelujah high and just slap them the fuck out the air. That would be my only mission. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, CP, I'm currently studying one of your pieces like 11 years ago. You had a long hair, and the famous phrases were like how, and you
Oh,
were performing in the stage. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Appreciate
I'm
that, man.
currently studying how you perform, and it somewhat contrasts to my art. So I'm still practicing it, and I'm not 100% confident performing it here open mic. Yeah, because I'm
Word.
having a hard time. Yeah, being like how you performed earlier, like hallelujah, and you shouting. Yeah, again, I stutter when I perform like that. So yeah, it's
Oh,
an incredible piece, by the way, and I'm happy that I know you as a poet.
thank you, man. I think my secret, well, I feel like I can pick, you can pick out everybody's code, right? Why everybody's poem works, but you can't fucking figure out why yours work the way it does. Um, my best guess is I pick fights with myself. Whether win or lose, I'm a win and fucking lose. It just so happens you're being here to watch me fight myself. So I don't know.
Yo,
Thank you, man.
you summed it up with that, bro. I've known you for like 3 years now. I've heard a lot of your work, bro, and like you summed it up with that. Like straight up.
I
It's a
was
battle with yourself every fucking poem, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate you,
that's
man.
the thing. I am not in a battle with myself, so I guess that's why I'm having a hard time. So maybe that is something I need to practice if I'm able to emulate your piece or perform a new piece, such as like yourself, because I've been doing different styles and
Mhm.
getting different techniques from other poets,
Those two.
but
Yeah.
yours, on the other hand, I'm having a hard time. So yeah, hopefully one day you'll get to witness, yeah,
Maybe
emulating your end.
you got it. The biggest thing I can warn people against, like if you do that pick fights with yourself thing, you got to be brutally honest for one, and you got to know that you may not come back the same on the other side. So you got to accept the fact that you might not come back the same out of that poem. So be careful, be very careful, because
Yeah,
you'll have to
yeah.
open up doors you don't want to open. So
Yeah, I rarely lash out, so yeah, I guess that's why I'm having a hard time.
word.
So yeah,
Appreciate y'all, man.
good to hear, man. Yeah, good to hear.
Appreciate y'all. Yeah. And
right
thanks for
on.
the wedding shot, the anniversary shout outs, like all week. Like I appreciate it.
Oh, I didn't even know, man. I don't go on social that much. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Word.
Right on. Thank you again, CP. And speaking of anniversaries, this Monday we're gonna be celebrating 1 year of Chaos Magic.
What?
So join us. Yes, this Monday it will be more or less 1 year of chaos magic. 1 year since the New Rican Poets Cafe shifted from Mondays to Thursdays, and when the Megas pulled strings together to create this platform that we have on Monday nights. So join us, please. Everybody in the Zoom room is invited, and invite people. Like, let's make this like a gathering of sorts,
Yeah,
a celebration of this is because this is what Gustav wanted. I would believe. So with that said, join us
yeah.
here 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in this Zoom room for Chaos Magic, for another kick-ass open mic, and looking forward to be seeing and hearing from all y'all. It'll be an awesome time. With that said, before we continue, I just want to remind everybody in the Zoom room who hasn't participated in the open mic yet or hasn't declared themselves in on the list yet, let me know because there's still plenty of space and the list never closes. So, without further ado, we currently have um, two people. Yeah. So on deck is myself, but at this time, Thomas would like to introduce the following poet. So at this time, Thomas, take it away.
All right. So this next poet is my best friend's mother. Shortly after Gustav died in April, she lost her second son. And I grew up with them. It was Timmy, Tommy, Ricky, and BJ, right? Like we was the four of us kids growing up from little kids, and she lost both her sons now. And she has a poem that she would like to share for with us. I just came back from down there. I got to pour out a beer for them on the beach, and I got a piece of their ashes, and I'm gonna plant them in a plant that'll last for 80 years plus. So yeah, so this next poet, her name is Karen. It's my other mother. I actually read a poem about her here on Open Minds before. Yeah, Karen, if you figured out the mute button there, mamas, go ahead and hit it and see if you can share with us.
Oh, what do I have to do?
Yeah, oh, we can hear you. Oh, no, hit it
Okay.
again. There you go. There, did you mute again?
Unmute. Am I doing all right?
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
Go on, mom.
You never were the same again once you lost your trust in him. He took your twin, your other half. Can you ever get that back? You handled everything so well, but something's up, your mom can tell. You never were the same since then. To lose a twin, that's more than friend. You soldiered through, you did so well, until that bitch sent you to hell. A major change, she took your son, and about that time, it had begun. We couldn't see the effect at first, but then nothing else could quench your thirst. I'm sorry. It became medical, not hypothetical. Did you want to go? I have to ask. Were you upset with me? You visit me in my film me. Thank you. Hello? Am I there?
Oh,
Yeah,
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 we heard you.
there.
Oh,
That
I'm
was
sorry.
beautiful,
That
mom.
bad?
It's all good.
No,
We
that
heard you.
was
Everybody
Do I hit the?
unmute and give it up.
Oh, can I do another one?
Mama Karen. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, we
oh,
would love
oh
another
yeah.
one.
Sure, yeah, yeah. Let's roll it back one more time.
Bring it on.
One more poem.
Okay. One moment. No card or saying thought or prayer can explain how I feel that you were there. I miss you so, my son, my friend, but I know you are with BJ again. A pleasant blessing to help me through, but I still can't believe it. No, Rick, not you. Thank you again. Y'all okay?
Oh,
Hello?
we're fine. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
Give it up for Mama Karen.
Thank you very much.
I'm mute. Take it.
I'm gonna go cry now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
gonna go cry now too.
Bless you.
I'm so glad I got
Awesome.
to
Don't
see you
cry.
this last week.
Thank you guys. No, I'm still gonna listen. I'm still
I
gonna
You'll
love
be
you.
okay.
I'm so glad you got to share some poetry with us
Thank
too,
you so
Mama.
much. Thank you. I'm shaking up. I haven't said that.
DJ and Rick are both smiling down at you like, wow,
Oh, I
Mama's
know.
on the open mic. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you.
It takes a level of courage to get vulnerable, to express that to not just anyone, but to a group of people, a group of strangers, but now your family.
Do I have
So
to
it's
leave
it's
Sandy
cool.
right
What's
No,
up?
no, he'll mute you. He can mute you.
Am
You
I
ain't
in
got to worry
trouble?
about him.
Okay.
Yeah, Dre will mute you. You good, Mama.
Okay, cool. I think yeah, we're good now. All right. But yeah, just wanted to say I appreciate um what you were able to share with us. That was not easy. Um not to go through, let alone write and what have you, and we appreciate what you were able to share. Thank you, Thomas, for setting this up. Were you able to set this up or awesome? Awesome.
No, man, this was a beautiful surprise for me, man. Like, cause I just came back from Florida and seeing them, and I brought back some of their ashes. And I
Ooh.
told Mama, come through and share a poem, right? I didn't think she was going to, but yeah, thank you, Mama, for sharing that, man.
Oh, damn. Much love, Thomas. And much love to everybody here in the Zoom room. Thank you, y'all, for um, making tonight as special as it was. Again, big shout out to Mark Lipman for setting such an incredible mood for a journey, a poetic journey of a feature. Thank you so much. And I haven't heard anybody reach out to me in regards of being on the open mic.
I beg your pardon. Um,
Whoa, whoa,
I
hey,
I
Yes.
oh
I
yeah,
want to do
Erica,
things in
I
decent.
beg your pardon.
Yeah. Oh well, this is the thing. I want to do things in decency and in order. And I know I didn't put it in the chat. I didn't hit you up on the back channel. Uh, so I can maybe share one piece. So at least you guys can say I was here. Um, if you don't mind, Mr. Dre, Mr. Thomas.
You are good to go if you are ready to do your thing because you seem like you're locked and ready. So let's go. Let's shoot.
It's you've heard it before, but I'll go ahead and at least you guys can say I was here. You know, recently, in a way, I'm in misery, bidding farewell to being free, seeing as to how it's going to be. Who'd have thought you were my cup of tea? But now it's plain to see that you are my destiny. So I decided to stop fighting me on why I simply choose to invest my time in you. Good looks are fine, but I'm hooked to how your mind is set up. That's what's truly divine. Not just how we intertwine on a physical, but on the mental as well as the spiritual. I must say, that is foreplay that will go on forever and a day when looks fade away. Your attentiveness is bliss. No beats have you skipped or missed, and the way you kiss. I can't dismiss your skills in this. Your voice should have a condom because without one, babies will bloom in my womb. Your words flow richly, conveying wisdom like a ruler in his kingdom. The timbre of it turns me on, and then some. And let's not forget admiration for taking ownership of your errors and judgment is key, exemplifies true signs of maturity. That in itself gives me hope for longevity, showing growth and the possibility of you and me as it should be. So finally, perhaps I'm not necessarily in misery, but maybe fear of how happy I am now or could be, but consciously aware not to lay the responsibility of my happiness at your feet, but remembering my happiness begins and ends with me. And that is that piece.
And there it is. Right on. Awesome sauce. Everybody, please give up for Erica Floyd at this time.
Erica,
Oh,
I still can't put into words the sound of your voice. It is one of the most beautiful things. You could literally be reading anything, but you have the content to back it up too, and those words stick. Every one of them just hits, and it's just amazing what you do. Like absolute, just beautiful work.
Thank you. You know I love your voice. It's so soothing.
Pleasure.
Bless your mom. Bless her. Can she create any more like closer to my age?
Uh,
no.
uh, well, I do have a younger brother who's an artist as well. Yeah, he's a rap artist and he's pretty good and art. Oh my gosh, creative artist too. Visual, like you should see his motorcycle. Like oh my goodness, like totally customized that. Like anything he does, he just turns to art. But,
All right. That is
she
all right.
made a bunch of and then my sister
Well, I
too
have
does all
three. Yeah,
types
I
of
have
crap. She
three
made
beautiful
yeah, she
kids
made
that
a lot of creative
very
people. She made a
creative.
poet, like an artist, and a I don't know what Katie would be considered a jack of all. She could do anything, man. Like,
A family of artists. That's pretty dope. um, yeah, right on.
Thank you for allowing
Uh,
me to speak. At least now you can say Erica was here. I was here.
we still would have enjoyed it, without all that, but we love you. We love
the
you, Erica.
icing
We
on the cake, Erica. He was
like
the icing on the cake.
I swear that was
Um,
like funny for a moment. Like I was like cutting a promo, and all of a sudden you're like interrupting me, like as if I was like in a wrestling show, and you're like, "No, I'm here." And I'm like, "All right, you're here." Great to have you again, Erica. And just remind everybody here, in case you weren't here in the Zoom room when Erica featured here, you can check it out on YouTube at Open Minds Open Mics YouTube channel. Just do a little surfing around and you'll find it. It's great shit. You'll thank us later. With that said, if there are no other poets at this time, um, I guess I'll delve into it. So, at this time, closing out the show, it's
Give it up for
your host.
Reyes. Everybody, real quick before you even spit, give it up for the
Yeah,
host, man. Just
yeah.
the host and doing such a
Woo!
good job, man.
Go.
You did such a
Oh,
good job, Dre.
Dre.
We love you, man.
I want to
woohoo!
give it up for the whole room. This whole
Yeah.
room is amazing. And
Yeah,
I've
the
been
whole
cooking, so
room.
I haven't been able to give everybody flowers, but y'all are freaking dope. Every single
Yeah,
performance,
tonight
man.
was one hell of a night,
Amazing.
man.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Love you.
Frog. Oh my, just
Yeah.
like everybody. Oh my God. Just awesome.
All right, Dre, if you could bless us with some words, brother, I greatly appreciate it.
Certainly. So this first piece, I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do for a first piece because I have an idea what I want to do for a second piece. But before I even delve into poetry, real quick, just want to remind everybody in the Zoom room that we'll be having something happening in the Zoom room tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's called the Slam Jam. If you're not familiar with that, now it's your chance to get familiarized with it. We got an open mic and we got a slam workshop. What the fuck is a slam workshop? Basically, you're going to be simulating a poetry slam experience, but basically performing a 3-minute piece, more or less. But instead of getting scored, you are given feedback by a special guest coach. And tomorrow we got Trually the Poet as our special guest coach. If you're not familiar with them, check them out on Instagram. And without further ado, let's get into some silly poetry because I don't know, I'm feeling a little silly. So, spoiler alert, I fucking hate mosquitoes. I think some of y'all can relate. And if any of y'all are familiar with Dracula Flow, this really stupid series of like videos of spoken word on YouTube. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. It's so basically I kind of like channeled that energy into a poem attacking um mosquitoes in general. So this is Exterminator Flow. I'm moving different. I'm moving like Oppenheimer, blasting away at nature's heroin needles in the dead heat of summer, employing the Grim Reaper full time in the work of genocide by pesticides. I'm straight gassed in a swift mist of death that doesn't miss. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Mosquitoes, much like the syringes and needles, littering the streets of mill cities that act as class struggle foliage that never gets raked, are a constant reminder that you can't fix a problem by ignoring it. West Nile, malaria, dengue, yellow fever, all of which can be prevented to a degree if we can kill them all off. Maybe it was Mother Nature's way of combating the human infection that has devastated and scarred the planet we all call home. Perhaps disease was her immune system simply doing its job, acting as antibodies from humankind, preventing death with death initially. Mother Nature fully intended to provide, and now she's decided to take the power back. Imagine if you were creating and providing force of nature and somehow you decided it was a great idea to put mosquitoes in the mix. Boy, howdy, what drove you to such extremes? Now you're like Red Bull, giving disease some wings, disrupting everyone's circadian rhythm as you sit back and watch your troll game play itself out. Mother Nature must have amnesia. She forgot that I'm him. I'm him, I've been him, and I will continue to be him. The exterminator, that is. I'm the humiliation. I am him Kardashian. I'm him Buck too. I got my DNA test back today, and turns out I'm 100% Himalayan. I am the one they've been talking about. I am apocalypse incarnate for mosquitoes again. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Heed my warning. My extermination game is harder than James Harden's beard game, balling so hard you little bastards think I'm a fucking nutsack. I'll kill you, you pieces of shit. Oh, reach for my neck and I'll turn you into an example. You'll be high on 12 Jason Bournes when I spray you. I live for this shit, but you won't when I'm done with you. Poem. So there's that stupid shit. Um
I'm
all right.
Himalayan. Yo, I love that whole hymn bit that you do in that poem there. That I love it. I love it.
Now this other poem, what a beautiful thing that just like came to fruition. It's amazing what shrooms can do. In terms of helping out with depression and helping me see some things and kind of figuring some shit out. And um, yeah, I don't know. This is a fun little piece that kind of sprouted itself together one night, and this is called. Actually, I don't have a name for it, but inspired by recent events. There have been words that have been left unsaid. Words I feared would hurt more than heal instead. Words once whispers, now ringing in my head. Words that rendered me sleepless in bed. Words that words that kiss softly but hit hard like lead. Words deserving to be spoken rather than being read. Dig this. I dig you more than Diglett digs digging, more than Lickitung likes licking, more than Hitmonlee likes kicking, more than Jigglypuff likes singing, and that's just the beginning. You see, I've been itching to be spitting this truth, but I've needed time to be gripping reality, sticking the landing after spinning and swinging from one mistake to another. No kidding. You are only going to miss 100% of shots you don't take. As the story goes, there's something about you that makes me glow. It's like you have this comforting energy and the right flow and this sense of humor that keeps me on my toes. I just like the idea of getting to know each other more for show. Hey yo, I wish we gotten more. Excuse me. I wish we had gotten to know each other long ago. We have potential to sprout and grow, and we don't need miracle grow for this mofo. I want to make you feel alive in the ways you've made me. To feel like every day holds so many opportunities. That every breath you take feels as if you're achieving spiritual immunity. I've been wishing that there may be a chance to see what it could be if we could be daring enough to play with our chemistry. Let's be scientists and challenge some theories that may drastically change our trajectories as we strive for something resembling serenity. Peace.
Everybody,
Ba-ba-dum-ba-dum-bum.
Love it. I
unmute
love it.
yourselves and give it up for Dre Reyes. Dre,
Whoop must have
Like,
amnesia. They forgot that I'm
woo!
him.
Ah,
I enjoyed the
They
first speech
forgot.
though.
They forgot about Dre. They forgot
right?
about
Yeah. Hey,
Dre.
don't act like you forgot about Dre.
All right, any motherfuckers who did not believe in the theory of evolution before, you just saw it happening. Dre, you just leveled the fuck up, man. That was dope.
Good one though.
Yeah, yeah.
What a
Yo,
trip.
we love you, Dre. Yeah, we love you, Dre. Thanks for everything that you do, man. And man, and that you work full time. You've been hosting all the shows for us, and you still got that pen on fire somehow. Like, when do you find time to be creative?
After work, after 10 p.m. Eastern Standard
Yeah,
Time. Yeah, if I'm able to sleep in the following morning, then yeah, I'm gonna try to do something. If not making flyers or trying to book features, I'm gonna try to
yeah. Like
delve
this
into
man
some
does a
writing.
lot, man. Yeah, and so I want to thank you for that, man. I really do. And I have a quick announcement too I want to make. So I don't know if everybody here in the room knows my wife Catalyst. She's an amazing creative. Um she's in fact so creative that she created a website called creativemelt.ca. All one word, creativemelt.ca. And I believe she has over 300 something products. In fact, she's in the room right now. That's why I couldn't be on the computer because she's in the room right now working away, making a whole bunch of new fresh products. And if y'all check it out, man, like and it's cheap too. Like we're not trying to profit off it. We just want to make the world a cooler place. So like I really think y'all should go and check out creativemelt.ca. I'm gonna post a link there in the Zoom chat for y'all. Um and yeah, get like a dope hoodie. I think there's some open mind stuff on there. I'm gonna work on some more open minds merchandise, but there's a few things on there, open minds merchandise, you know. But that melt brand my Catalyst is working on is dope. I just wanted to promote that real quick because it's fresh. It's online. She got a bunch of products. You need to check it out.
I'm gonna try something right now. CreativeMelt.ca. 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 There's something about the rule of three that has a way of subliminally planting a seed into people's minds. And I figured having a little dance with it will have a way of, I don't know,
And,
planting
and
that
like we're
seed
not trying to profit much
deeper.
on them. Like our profit margins are as small as they'll actually let you. Because like you can't just like give it away for free. Like so we have like it's really high quality, dope clothing and products for cheap, and all proceeds from that will go to help paying the Zoom bill and keeping Open Minds going and feeding us a bit, you know. Yeah, check that out for sure.
Yeah, definitely check into that. And with that said, if there are no other poets that want to that haven't performed already, have and would like to shoot, if that's it for the night, then that's it for the night. And if that's so, I just want to say once again, thank you all here in the Zoom room, the ones who had to bounce earlier, for making tonight as special as it was. Again, thank you, Mark Lipman, for just blessing us with your presence. Like, seriously, thank you again for doing what you're doing. And again,
Yeah,
check in
Mark.
what
Thank
he's
you all,
doing.
guys. You are
One
all
of my
fantastic tonight. Bravo all around.
Yeah, like Mark, but see, here's what I noticed with these features, man, that the features really bring the energy, right? And the energy that you brought tonight just elicited such a great show, man. Like it was amazing because of you. So thank you for all that you do, man.
Well, thank you guys. I was really enraptured with everyone that was reading tonight. So I really enjoyed being here. And thank you, Dre Ray, for bringing me in. Set double feature with you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Having someone of your caliber in a number of ways, and just I don't know, you're just a very positive, upbeat guy.
Yeah, remember
And
meeting you on
and
that Saturday, and I
I
was
feel
like,
like
man,
more
this is fucking
spaces
cool, man.
need
I like
that
this dude.
energy. And with the spaces that we have, we are willing to be able to provide that spotlight for you. So right on, my dude. Thank you.
Thank you for what you do.
And with that said, before we depart, just want to give everybody a preview of what's in store next week. Next week, we're going to be having K.R. Morrison as our special guest feature. I'm sorry, were you saying something, Amadeus?
No. Sorry.
Oh, okay. My bad. So with that said, K.R. Morrison will be featuring next week, and it's going to be the bee's knees. If you're not familiar with K.R. Morrison, check her out on Instagram. And again, we'll be here tomorrow with the Slam Jam, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Zoom room. And again, a reminder, 1 year anniversary show of Chaos Magic this Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We would love to hear a little bit of everybody here tonight if we can, and invite people. Bring a crowd, because we want this to be a celebration of art and chaos magic, and also an extension, Gustav Salas, because without him this wouldn't be a thing. So until next time, everybody, please keep writing and please keep loving. Peace and love to y'all, and have a wonderful rest of your evening or afternoon.